Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new bullet journal plan with me here on SoCraftastic. Today I'm working on my December spread, so there's going to be a lot of wintry and holiday themed pages that are really beautiful. If you're interested in seeing my other bullet journal videos, including a really fun lettering one, I will link those in the description box below. And if you're new to my channel, I post a new video every single Friday and Sunday, so I hope to see you back here for another one. But now let's get on into the bullet journal. Let's go! Let's open up my lovely bullet journal and start working on the December spread. This is only my third official monthly bullet journal plan with me. I also did the lettering video, but what I'm basically trying to say is I'm pretty new to this and I'm trying to experiment with different types of layouts and ways to decorate. So today, instead of just doing doodles, I am actually going to use some mixed media elements in the form of paper printouts. I just printed these images on normal white computer paper, nothing special. The very first thing I'm going to do is cut all these images out. I finished cutting those images out. I'm going to put the giant star at the top, and then I'm putting these three really adorable red bows along the bottom. Next step is to attach these to the page, of course. So for mine, I'm using white glue, and I'm going to spread this very thinly along the back. Then I always have done this thing since I was in elementary school. I'll spread the glue around because I think that it makes it go on more flat and not dry as bubbly or bumpy or anything. You could of course use scrapbook adhesive, double-sided tape, or a glue stick or another type of glue if you want to, but this is just what I chose. I'm gluing those all down one at a time and making sure to smooth out the image as best as I can, so I do eliminate as many bumps or bubbles as possible. And after I have the first page laid out, I'm going to work on some marker elements by writing December. Here I have a black Faber-Castell brush tip fine liner, or at least it was in the fine liner pack, but it's a brush tip as you can see, and I am writing out December in some cursive letters. Eventually, I'd like to get a lot better at doing calligraphy type lettering. I also wrote 2017 and a couple little dots, and then I'm going in with a brush tip by Recollections brand, and this is a really pretty gray, and I'm just doing a little bit of a drop shadow on the lettering to make it blend in more with the star. It'll just soften the black a little bit more and make it flow on the page. Then at the bottom, I'm doing a tiny bit of decoration with these small dots. I'm using a red micron pen for this, and I'm going back in with that gray to make a couple stars, and I also did a mini calendar overview as you can see here. Before we get into the next page, you may be wondering, hey Sarah, where did you get those really pretty images? Or you might not be wondering that at all, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This video is sponsored by Storyblocks. Now, if you haven't heard of them, they have this huge selection of stock images, everything you can imagine, including high quality photos, vectors, icons, and tons more. You can download anything from 400,000 images in their member library and save 60% on marketplace content. So in partnership with Storyblocks, we are giving away 7 free days so you can try it out and access a massive variety of high-resolution photos, vectors, and more, all from Storyblocks. Go ahead and click the link in the description box below this video to start downloading and get started today. Something I personally like about Storyblocks is, as a YouTuber, I'm not going to get hit with any copyright strikes by using images from them in my videos. I mentioned their images are really nice quality and they have such a huge selection, so there's going to be a lot of different creative aspects that you can get from their site and use in your art pieces or school projects or anything else. Okay, let's move on to the giant calendar. I started using this last month. I actually did in October too, but it was a different layout that I moved away from because I didn't like, it was like sideways in my book, so I didn't like that at all. This one uses 2 pages and you can see that it's spread across. I label the days of the week at the top, of course, and then I put all the little numbers in the top left-hand corner of each box. Something I noticed when mapping out this month is that it actually has 6 different weeks, and then I tried to look at the upcoming months in 2018 on my phone calendar, and I don't think that there's any months soon that have 6 weeks, so this is just an oddity. I don't know how often this happens. But I didn't want to make an entire new row for day 31, so you can see I just kind of put it in a triangle and made it fit in there. And then I printed out this really tiny tree and I'm putting it on December 25th for Christmas, and I think this is a really cute way to decorate days that you really don't have any plans to write things on. Like I mentioned, this is the same layout as November's, but I like it so much. So I'm doing capital letters with an aqua spectrum marker. I chose a burnt orange color to match the kind of vintagey image that I printed out and glued on. After those letters are down, I'm going back in with a fine liner, and I think I'm using this size small for this. I'm doing December again on top in these kind of longer cursive letters, and then I also do darken those in to make it look more stylized, which you see here, but I didn't actually film me doing that. After the fine liner is completely dry so it doesn't smear, I am highlighting all the days of the week with this yellowy color. I wrote reminders off to the side on the left there, and that is it for my giant calendar. Along with a monthly spread, I also like to do every single day of the week. Last month I did group those together, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, but this month, since it's kind of weird with the 2 days in week 1 and then 1 day in week 6, I thought it would look ridiculous. So I just stuck to writing the days of the week on 4 pages, which you'll see. I just wrote those in all caps with a black fine liner, and then I'm doing stars with the brush tip marker off to the side, and I'm alternating colors. I wanted this color scheme to match the previous page and also the really pretty image that you see at the bottom right hand corner there. These images are really great too for months when you're extra busy and don't have time to draw really intricate doodles, or you want to spend time doing other artwork instead. I love the creative aspects of a bullet journal and getting to be hands-on and drawing stuff, but I'm extra busy in the next few weeks, so I wanted to make sure that I had all of my spreads finished and didn't have to draw anything really super intricate this month. Next month, for January, I'll try to do more drawing for you guys who enjoy that. On the next page, I just put the Santa Claus, and I changed the color scheme because I got bored with the other one and I wanted it to match Santa, so here's the next half of the month. The last page is something I haven't done yet, and I told you guys last month that I'm not really into doing trackers. I mean, I don't want to track how much water I'm drinking. I don't know what everyone else tracks, like their finances, or like how often I post on social media. I think that stuff would just be really tedious to try and track because I don't think I'd actually remember to write it down every single day. But something that I think is extra important for my life right now to keep track of is getting back in shape. And by that I mean getting tone and gaining muscle. The reason I feel extra motivated to start kind of working out or just getting back in shape right now is because my fiance and I actually booked a trip to Boyne Mountain in Michigan to go skiing and snowboarding there. I don't snowboard, he does. I learned how to ski a couple years ago, and Boyne was the very first place I went to a couple years back, so we're gonna go back there. But I was just thinking right when he booked it, I'm like, oh my gosh. So after a while, my skis get really heavy to carry around. And I want to solve that problem by lifting some weights. I mean, just like 8-pound weights or something. I don't try and go really extreme or anything, but just to get a little bit more muscle in my arms, because it's kind of embarrassing that I can't really lift a 28-pack of water bottles above my head very easily to put into the cupboard above. I mean, that is like 30-some pounds, but I'm just saying I want to be a little bit stronger and also make my legs more toned so I can fill out my jeans, and also stretching so my muscles don't get tight, and abs, of course, just to have a stronger core and maybe sculpt my shape a little bit more so I have more defined hips. For this one, I haven't figured out which colors I want to go with when I fill in each box, so every day I do complete one or all of the exercises, then I'll mark that box and fill it in. That is all for this December plan with me. If you guys have suggestions for next month of different elements that you want to see, maybe a color scheme that I should do, leave your comments and suggestions below. I would love to hear your input. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up to let me know. As I mentioned, new video every single Friday and Sunday. I'll link more bullet journal related videos in the description box below, along with these other ones right here. A huge thank you to Storyblocks for sponsoring this video. And to you guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. See you soon. Bye!